Fourth stimulus check, expected date. Yes, a fourth stimulus check and the expected date. The IRS fourth stimulus check 2024 expected date and witnessing another payment this year. People are getting excited as a new month begins because they are eagerly waiting for the IRS fourth stimulus check. Here's what's exciting. Here's the great news. The U.S. government is getting ready to send out these much needed cash boots to those who qualify, specifically the fourth stimulus check 2024. These folks know exactly what they need and what they want. And this information is all in this video. It's loaded with information all the way to the end, guys. Make sure you stick around because we've got some bonus news for you guys right here in this video. It's going to be loaded with information. What we're going to be talking about is the expected date of the IRS fourth stimulus check. We've got that news right here in this video. Welcome back to another show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Your love and support means the world. Check out our description down below. You're going to see a lot of things, our new media channels. Like and subscribe for your chance to win, and we will keep you updated on that. And guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love this information. Wow, somebody just FaceTime me. Okay. And we're going to keep you updated. It is our job to make sure you know exactly what is going on, as well as that IRS fourth stimulus check. How many of you guys have been waiting for that cash boost? It's all in this video. Guys, welcome to another show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, we've got a ton of things to talk about. For those of you, can you hear? Is everything sound all right? Does it look okay? Can someone drop a comment below? And we're going to show you guys this information right here on the screen, which is some pretty cool information. So right here on the screen, my sister-in-law.
I just ran a 14-2.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm the leader right now.
Let's go. My sister-in-law is #1 barrel racer in the United States. Let's go. Mia, that's awesome. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm great. I just thought I'd call and tell you.
Hey, thanks for telling me. Let me know how it goes, okay?
I will.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Guys, that was my sister-in-law. She is a barrel racer. She just took the lead. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, drop a comment real fast, guys. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure that you can see this news and what is going on. The IRS fourth stimulus check 2024 expected date. Will you witness another payment this year? That's what a lot of people are asking for. That's a lot of the news that is going on. And we want to make sure to keep you updated on all this news, guys. So many things are happening. So many things literally are happening in this video that we're going to share with you. And we want to keep you updated on all this special news. And I want to see what's going on. Okay, it looks good. Yes, we've got that expected date for you. Here we go, guys. So you're going to see here in this video, people are getting excited as a new month begins because they're eagerly waiting for the IRS fourth stimulus check. Let me get this a little bit bigger so that way you can see it better. All right. The U.S. government is getting ready to send out these much needed cash boosts to those who qualify. Specifically, the fourth stimulus check 2024 will be sent to people in 9 out of 20 states in the USA. I wish it was a lot more people. I wish a ton of people were getting this. Naturally, folks want to know exactly when they're getting their check and who can blame them. To get the stimulus check, you need to see if you qualify, often based on how much money you make. This information gives you all the details when the stimulus checks will be sent out, sorted by state. And here's the information that you need to know. We're talking about the IRS stimulus check 2024 expected date. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Terry Williams, thank you so much for the message. How many of you guys would drop a message? Let me know you can hear me. Everything sounds good. we've got a video, guys. And again, you know, this video we want to show you is loaded with information, and we want to make sure that you see exactly what is going on. So let me get this swapped out and make sure you guys can see it right here.
Welcome our esteemed leader, Hakeem Jeffries, ranking member Neil, chairs of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, Asian Pacific, the Democratic Party Commissions Committee, New Dems, and chairs of the Task Force on Aging and Families. Also want to welcome our subcommittee members on Social Security as well. May you live in interesting times, as the saying goes, but in the midst of what historians are calling, and social science are calling, a polycrisis, a polycrisis is the coming together of simultaneous occurrences that can result in catastrophic consequences. These are the times that everyday Americans are living in. How so? They are experiencing the effects of a global pandemic that has spawned and spurred on a global supply chain crisis, which has set off a global inflation crisis, all of which have been further compounded by the war in Ukraine. And it affects American citizens. As if these compounding crises were not worrisome enough, Republicans have also managed to manufacture a debt ceiling crisis. This is a dangerous tactic, a political stunt that has far-reaching economic consequences. This tactic of holding the economy hostage hurts seniors the most. Here's the facts, and you're all familiar with them. Of the more than 1.2 million Americans who have lost their lives in this pandemic, over 855,000 are people over the age of 65. And who is impacted the most by inflation? Well, they're people on fixed incomes. Our seniors, more than 65 million who are on Social Security. They need our help now. Democrats are here today to lay out our plan of action, which includes legislation to secure and expand Social Security, the #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly, for our children, and a disability plan that more veterans rely on than the VA. That's why we're here, to implore our Republican colleagues to work with us, to sign on to our bill, or produce what they believe is a better plan. They must, for the sake of the nation, act now for people who've been most affected.
Guys, and this is where we understand the things that are going on when it comes to stimulus checks, the IRS, the U.S. federal government that is sending out these much needed checks to boost not only the economy, but to get you guys a little further ahead, to help you not really go into poverty. Now, of course, this is an anti-poverty program, strictly targeting those on a fixed income, seniors, elderly, those that are disabled, because again, you guys need help when you get past a certain age and you can't physically work anymore. There has to be a program set in place with a good solvency that's going to keep you guys afloat and enjoying your golden years without stress, anxiety, and without having to really choose what you're going to have to pay for. We've had several comments below saying that we've had to decide between utilities and food, gas, food, cost of a living adjustment is not enough. We need more. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Terry, Blue, Lee, Dolores, Lizette, Sharon, Play Media, Muro Johnson, Gator Girl, my campaign manager, is on. Donald, Mealy, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Your love, support means the world. Guys, we're doing a raffle giveaway. Yes, a raffle giveaway that is pretty awesome, and it is really cool on what you can do. and our new raffle for your chance to win $100. Check that out, guys, and let me know what you think. And I'm telling you, you're going to like that. It's going to give you a chance to win $100. But we've got some stimulus news just for you right here in this video. So here we go, diving into the information. So people are really getting excited as we dive into the month of April because they're eagerly awaiting those IRS fourth stimulus checks. Now, the U.S. government is getting ready to send out those much needed cash boosts to those who qualify. Specifically, the fourth stimulus check 2024 will be sent out to people in 9 out of 20 states. So what states are they talking about? Is your state on the list? Well, guys, we're gonna clarify all the information when it comes to the fourth stimulus check news, and we're gonna let you know exactly what states they're talking about. For those just tuning in, we're talking about the U.S. federal government sending out checks, the IRS approving them, getting ready to send out. So here we go. As we talk about the states, and we're going to go ahead and get into, this fourth stimulus check news and talk about the states that are sending them out. Because remember, the amounts depend based off your dependents, and they're definitely going to be there to boost the economy. So right here, we're going to go over the 900 stimulus checks for 9 out of 20 states. And we're going to tell you right here. All right, guys. So beginning these states with, of course, Alabama, number 1 on the list. Now, these are not in any particular order, but these are states that they've kind of smushed together. And here's what's exciting is we haven't seen Texas yet on the list, but we've got Alabama, New York, Maryland, Virginia, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. And for you guys that are just tuning in, we're talking about the U.S. federal government that is sending out these much needed boost checks, stimulus check, the fourth stimulus check, to residents in need. And they've got a ton of states. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here that are sending them out to their residents. And we want to show you guys exactly what we're talking about. So let me get to that real fast, so that way you can see exactly what we're seeing. So I believe it's that one, but of course there's something blocking it. There you go. Here we go. All right, guys, so that can see it. So the fourth stimulus check amount 2024, check the table below for the fourth stimulus check amount. So the city, beginning with Alabama, New York, Maryland, Virginia, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. Guys, these are the states. These are the states that are sending them out. And you can see it right there on the screen. The fourth stimulus check, the amount, all this. And you can see exactly what is happening. And let's see, where is it? Yes, and so many people, again, have already been looking for those states, and we are super excited to let you guys know about what states are doing what. Now, several of you understand that John B. Larson is providing updated news on giving seniors more money. Let's take a listen so you can see exactly what is going on, and we're going to share that right here.
However, as all of you here know, unfortunately, as we speak, Republicans are still threatening to hold the full faith and credit of the United States government hostage in return for cuts to Social Security and Medicare and essential programs. Our bill is meant to address these concerns. Democrats are here not just to protect and preserve Social Security from cuts, but to expand it. Our bill will provide across-the-board increases for all recipients of Social Security. Our bill ensures that no senior can retire into poverty. Imagine during all of this crisis, more than 5 million of our fellow Americans who worked and contributed their lives to Social Security get a below poverty level check.
How many of you guys know that increases across the board is what is needed right now? Several people on a fixed income have mentioned down in the comments that they live off such a small amount of income every single month, and it's been a struggle, and this is not needed, especially within our senior community. This is why you've got these guys that are coming in saying, wait a minute, we just don't need to provide a one-time payment, but we need to do an across-the-board increase for every single senior, elderly, and those on a fixed income, those on SSI, SSDI, VA survivor, because disabled, you guys definitely need more money. And why not go ahead and give an all-across-the-board raise?
Our bill also will fix WEP and GPO and make sure, as the president has called for, that we reform it because of the way it has penalized so many public servants, including teachers and firefighters and police officers. We improve the cost of living adjustment the same way that the AARP has called for it. Cut taxes for more than 23 million Social Security beneficiaries and extend the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund. And it's paid for by following President Biden's leadership, asking the wealthy who are making over $400,000 who have been exempt to pay their fair share.
Of course, we can go back and forth. We can say, okay, is this the best way? And I don't know if I've ever asked you guys, but let's take a quick poll. Do you agree that we should make those that do you agree that we should make those who make 400K plus pay more? Yes, no, and one more option. And guys, let us know, because here's the thing. One thing that I've seen happen is you got a lot of people that don't want to pay taxes, don't want to pay in a lot of programs because they just really don't agree with the fundamentals of it, and being told that, hey, you're giving us money and we're going to give you a certain amount back when you hit a certain age. Well, for a lot of people that make money, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because you got to remember something. Everybody who is making a lot of money is setting themselves up financially that they'll always have money. It doesn't make sense to give the government the money so that they tell you what age you can get that money back. And it's not a very well set up system. I get it. It's the only one we got. It's just, it's helped a lot of people. But to me, I think there's a better way than this way. And again, many of you guys just out of 17 votes say, yes, they should. If you make over 400,000, you definitely should be paying more. And that's the thing, guys. You get to decide that right here in this video.
It also closes the loophole, which allows the rich to avoid FICA taxes. And let me be clear, in the midst of this global polycrisis, this bill is also an economic engine as well. In my hometown, the people at Augie and Ray's may not know what a polycrisis is, but they know that the Social Security that people receive goes straight back to local communities and is an economic juggernaut. I want to commend Senator Sanders and Warren for their work on Social Security. I want to thank Senator Blumenthal and Van Hollen for being the Senate sponsors of our bill. I also want to thank the more than 350 advocacy groups that are supporting this bill. Our seniors, veterans, orphan children, disabled are not political bargaining chips. They're people. This is about your mother and father, your brothers and sisters, your neighbors in the community. Democrats are here today to embrace what Franklin Roosevelt started when he signed Social Security into law in 1935, acknowledging at the time that this was the cornerstone, but there was much work left to do.
100% agree.
Democrats are here today poised to take that next step, building on the essential structure by adding benefits the American people richly deserve and need. We are fortunate to have a leader that understands that, and a leader who Martin Luther King would describe as embracing and understanding the fierce urgency of now and the action that is required. My honor.
Guys, and that's exactly what we're talking about, is understanding, number one, that action needs to be taken. These stimulus checks going out to boost the economy is definitely what's helping people out. And let's talk about the states. Alabama, New York, you've got Maryland, you've got Virginia, you've got Florida, you've got Georgia, and you've got Texas. And these are the states that they've had got listed. And again, we're giving you this information, letting you see exactly what is going on, because again, these are what people are looking for. Things got to change, understanding that a raise across the board is what's more beneficial. But there again, it's literally people cannot survive on what they're being given right now. And keeping seniors out of poverty has become a more difficult job just because inflation has risen to a place that does not balance with the amount of money that you're getting every single month. Now, let's just say, for example, that you were getting 2 checks a month. Now, that would make things a lot more manageable. But for you guys that make $12, $10, $9,000 a year, not a month, not every few months, but in 1 year, doubling that would still be considered in the low income bracket. So you would automatically qualify for getting any sort of stimulus check that would help boost your financial status. And again, so many people understand that it could potentially hurt our economy. Well, that's what they said. They said, don't send stimulus checks out. Don't do it. People don't need it anymore. And you know, I want to show you something, guys. Just bear with me for a second, because I really want to show you this, because to me, I don't get it myself. I don't understand it, and it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So bear with me. I'm telling you guys, we got some great news for you. So give me 1 second. Yeah, and that is crazy, guys. So check this out. So I know some of you guys, you say we don't need a stimulus check. Some of you guys say, hey, it would hurt us. I'm going to show you something, guys, and I want you to kind of see this, because I'm telling you, this is what's really happening. And let's.
We now continue our series, America's Safety Net, about the government program Americans in need. Tonight, we look at the pandemic, when lawmakers dramatically but temporarily expanded the social safety net, including more money for families with children. Amna Nawaz and producer Sam Lane report on how the impacts of those changes are still being felt and debated to this day.
Some days are better than others, but it can be pretty overwhelming.
Her family of 5 can stretch 35-year-old Daphne Chapman thin.
The responsibility as a parent is on you to provide food, clothes, water, gas.
Providing for 13-year-old Whitney, 5-year-old Rowan, and 3-year-old twins, Trinity and Legacy, in their hometown of Ville Platte, Louisiana, is a challenge. Of the town's 6,200 residents, more than 40% live in poverty.
In this rural area, we don't have access to much.
Ville Platte has been called the state's poorest town, and it's where Chapman has spent most of her life. Back in early 2020, Chapman was working at a local community college, a job she loved. She was also pregnant with the twins. And then
the COVID-19 outbreak as a global pandemic.
Its biggest one-day jump in both new cases and deaths.
Widespread economic damage is becoming clearer.
As the nation shut down, Chapman lost her job.
The best way I could explain it is that it felt like someone took my air.
What do you do? How do you provide for your family?
You don't. You're choosing between making sure you have lights or making sure you have food. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And eventually Paul runs out and Peter. So with nothing.
Chapman resorted to selling things around the
And guys, that's exactly where American people are at right now. They're robbing Paul to pay Peter. But at some point, that doesn't work anymore. And that only gets you a little bit further down the road. Because again, guys, understanding what is happening, what is going on, the news that's circulating is that senior citizens have not been able to keep up with inflation. So the Social Security 2100 Act has been set in place to really boost the checks that you get every single month. Now, why not? Why not for people, especially like the family that we seen in the video, why not say, listen, you've got kids, you're a single mother, you just had babies. Can our country not systematically provide them with a better system that gives them money, a little more money every single month? Because again, it's not like they're living in a mansion, not like they're driving a Mercedes. It's not like they're in just the richest neighborhood. No, they're just trying to make sure that they keep the lights on. They put food on the table, that the kids have what they need to go to school and food to eat every single day, and not worry about the struggles of the ins and outs of things that as an adult we struggle with, because inflation right now, let's just say, is not good. And trust me, I know, just like you know, I've got 2 kids of my own that I understand the necessities of diapers, formula, having to Z-Man goes to a school, you know, things that he needs, shoes, clothes, food. And we understand that, wow, I look today. So we went to Walmart. How many of you guys go to Walmart? We went to Walmart, and I literally was going to get a little case of water, just some case of water, bottled water. And I remember a couple years ago, I was going to get that same water. And I never really look at the tag anymore because I already know it's going to be a couple dollars. But I looked today and I realized that just a couple years ago, the water I was getting was $2.99. Now, if you're going to say that prices aren't bad, we need Joe Biden as president, our economy is great. Well, I'm here to inform you that that same water that I got today was double the price, $5.99. So you tell me what changed? Did the water change? Why is it double than what it was a couple of years ago? And this is a struggle that it puts on families. So what I could have got for 2 back then, now I'm only getting for 1, and I'm losing money. And it adds up, guys. And this really affects our seniors because it's the devastating choices and decisions that have to be made with saying, do I pay for the light to stay on? Do I pay to put food on the table? Do I pay for the car? And it's not a decision that you should be making because, again, we understand life is life. We have responsibilities. We've got toilet paper that we got to buy. But at the same time, should it be this difficult? I'm sure that if you look at the comments and you ask the viewers, they would tell you there was a time that things were easier. There was a time that things didn't cost so much. There was a time that you could go to the grocery store and not pay an arm and a leg. Maybe those were the good times. But what changed? What things did we do as a nation to make things worse for the American people? Listen to what they have to say right here, because I'm telling you guys, this is the news that I look for because it's things that's real. It's relevant. It's actually things that are happening today, not years ago, today.
Just she developed anxiety and panic attacks. Her kids, especially Whitney, started feeling the stress too.
You can see in her eyes that she felt like I can't help my mom and my mom can't help me right now.
Thank you for being here.
Then in March of 2021, President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan. The nearly $2 trillion relief package, passed with only Democratic votes, extended unemployment benefits, sent stimulus checks to individuals, ramped up food stamps and housing assistance, and significantly expanded the federal child tax credit, or CTC. Pre-pandemic, that credit gave parents up to $2,000 per child. It came with an earnings requirement and was paid in one lump sum at tax time. But the rescue plan raised the credit to $3,600 per child under 6 and to $3,000 for kids under 18. Half the amount came in monthly payments. And for the first time, even parents with no taxable income were eligible for the full amount.
It was like I was able to come up for a little air.
Would you say that the benefits kind of took care of all your problems?
I wouldn't say it took care of all of them, but it took care of enough for me not to worry as much.
Families across the country felt that relief. Laura Douglas lives with her husband and 2 kids in southern Minnesota. Their younger son, Daxton, has a rare condition that causes seizure-like episodes, so sometimes Laura has to miss work.
I might be out of work for 2 weeks and I've already used all my PTO. That's hundreds of dollars not coming into our account to cover our bills.
The CTC payment started before Daxton turned 1.
Yeah, and that right there is heartbreaking to know that while several families, they've got needs, they're trying to take care of their family, they're doing the best that they can. Seniors shouldn't be expected to have to keep up with inflation on their own. Do you agree? Let me know down in the comments below. But guys, happy Easter. Happy Easter. You guys are truly amazing. I see a lot of love going in the comments, and I just want to say I love you guys. It's because of you that we bring this news. You support this channel. You liking, subscribing, and you just watching supports us to help us bring you this news. And for some of you guys that are in the chat, take a look at the item that I pinned. Go check that out. We're doing raffles. So I've been contemplating, how do we make it an easier processes to do giveaways? How do we give everybody a fair chance? Because there are people that don't watch, people that do watch, some that watch today may not watch tomorrow, but we want to give you a fair opportunity. So with that, what we do is we give you a raffle, and when you do your steps, it gives you a number, and that number is yours, and it will always be yours. And when we do our giveaway, April 30th at 9:30 p.m., we will hit a button and they will call out some numbers. And if it's your number, then guess what? You have a chance to win $100. Guys, you've been great. Hope you have a good night. Stay awesome. You guys are great. We've got more videos coming your way. Stay tuned because we've got more things in store for you guys. I love you. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for all your love and support. And we will see you in the next one.